Hello all. If you are watching this video, that means you are wanting to learn more about the Gale databases and the resources that it offers and how to use Gale, how to access it, what all it offers. So, up on the screen, I have the current ISD's Gale database pulled up. So for if you're on this website, if you've gotten this video from this website, that means you're more likely in the junior high or the high school. So I'm going to focus on the resources that would be best used for those grade levels. So on here, we have Gale Middle High. Um, there are a lot of different resources. I won't really dive into all of them. I'll probably focus on the ones that you're more likely to use um, for like research, um, because this is the research website. So I will focus probably on those and open them and show you kind of what you can find there. And then I'll open one database and do like a quick tutorial on how to search for different articles and stuff. So we'll start here at the very top. We have the Academic One file. As it says, it's a complete resource or source for peer-reviewed scholarly articles across all academic disciplines. So that one's kind of like it's for everything. So that'll be the one I come back to and dive into. Um, the next one is biography, so biographical and contextual information on notable people throughout history. I'm going to open this one because this one you can use for quite a few different courses. So I will show you what that is. Now, if you open it and you find this information, I did put on the website, I put the username and password. So the password should be reads, all lowercase, READS. So if I press sign in, there it is. So when you open this, again, this is for biographies. So if you're wanting information on a specific person, this is the best place to come to. So it's very general. So the search bar, you can just look up whoever you want to. The middle, there are just a few people of interest. And then below, you are kind of grouped into people are grouped into specific categories. So you have actors, you have African Americans, Asian and Pacific Americans, so on and so forth, writers, social. So if you are um, having to do a paper over, let's say, a famous scientist, then you would come here. Or a Hispanic American, you would come here. So if your assignment or your research paper is kind of broad in that way, if you're kind of able to pick whoever you want to, then this would be a good way to do it. Now, if you're needing someone specific, you can come here or you can just type their name in the search bar. Now these buttons up here, if you want to browse, like everybody's here that has an article here or a biography here. So if you want to just go through, if you're bored and you're like, oh, I want to look up Audrey Hepburn, here's some information about her. Just a very brief overview of who she was, when she was born, died, general things like that. And if you click on the read more, you do get some information about a lot more information on her background and all of that. Further readings if you're wanting to find primary sources, so straight, from the actual source. Here's some sources, further readings that you can find. Um, so this would be, again, this is a great database for looking up people. So if we exit here, oh, I pressed the wrong thing. Oh well. Um, that's my bad. So if you now we're back. Okay, so that's biography. And the next one is the Chilton Library, which, as it says, quick online access to repair, maintenance, and service information on popular vehicles with information on actual teardowns, and easy to follow step-by-step procedures. So this is more for if you are wanting to go into that industry, this would be a good place to research that. Um, so I'm going to leave that for you to look at. Gale literature, literary content integrates with subject indexing for a full research experience. So I'm going to click on this one because this is a great area, especially for English teachers, finding resources for a research paper you have in those classes. Um, so again, the search bar is up here, gives you information on the resource. Um, Here's some different, if you go to the topic area, here are different topics. So again, uh, this would be a great resource for an English paper, um, looking up different types of literature on different subjects or different authors. There's some biographies. You can look up biographies. If you want to look up a person, you can do that. So this is a great resource. The next one, this is more, this is so educators or future educators. So academic articles, reports, news, book reports, and more in the field of education. So I know in Priyer's classes, y'all focus a lot on um, future education, so or becoming a future educator. So this would be a great resource to use if you're having to research anything in regards to that. The next one, environmental studies. So articles, videos over environmental studies, environmental science. So if you're interested in that field. Ebooks, which isn't, well, you would still be able to use it for research and all of that, but you have unlimited access to top reference ebooks. So there are the collections on this side of what we have to offer, different biographies, business, and these are a lot of some of these are more just books, but some of these are reference materials as well. So you come back up here, you have an encyclopedia, some encyclopedias of world biographies, which again can be useful for um, any type of history class research you're doing over a specific person. We have a lot of history books here that you can use over certain time periods, law, literature. So these ebooks, and I'm hoping that I can add some books in so I can do that myself. We go back. Then we have health and wellness. That's our resources, reference books, magazines focused on health. Next is Informe Académico, which is um, texts in Spanish, lots of reference materials in Spanish. So if you are a Spanish speaker needing to read in the Spanish language, this would be a great place to come to so that you can find the same resources that you would find on this one, the academic one file, but it's in Spanish. News, so regional, national, and world newspapers. I'm going to click on this one really quick. Um, there's not much to it, so you would just have to look up different things that are going on in the world today or in the past couple of years that have to do um, that have probably been reported in the news. Opposing viewpoints. This is another good one for your for English classes. If you are ever talking about opposing viewpoints, there are opinion pieces, information. This is a great place to find those articles that if you are trying to defend a viewpoint of yours, you can find articles here that would support your point of view. These are this next one is over science, academic articles, videos, experiments, and more. So again, references focused on more so the science aspect. This next one, I know it says science again, but this one is actually interactive. So if you open it, there are different 3D models, as it says, biology, chemistry, earth science, and more. I'm going to click on this one because I remember showing students this one before and they really enjoyed it. So I would like to show y'all. So let's say, and this would be also really good, teachers, if you're watching this, if you would like to use these resources for your classes, I mean, go right ahead. I think this is a very interactive, creative way for students to kind of Um, see, I mean, they can access this on their computers and hands-on work with it, which I think is really awesome. So let's go to biology. And let's say learning about or teaching about animal cells. So if I click on it, I can get obviously a description of what it is I'm looking at on the side here, which if you pull this one down, it'll work for me because that is a pull down. Well, I thought it was pull down, maybe not. But you actually get to see the animal cell. And if you can click on these things and it opens up for you to see. And it talks about what each part is. So it's a 3D model again online, which I think is really cool. And you can see the different parts. And on the right, it kind of gives a description of what it all is. So again, very, very cool. And there's so many different ones. This is just biology. I'm only an A to C, so if I show more results, I'm gonna get a lot more. Um, and then chemistry, earth science, 3D printable models. So if you have a 3D printer, you can print these models out, human anatomy. I didn't show on this side. If you're wanting to narrow down your results, you can do that as well. But I wanted to show this one off because it is pretty cool looking. Um, Next is information on high school research topics plus pop culture, sports, and more. So it is a little more, again, if you're doing a specific topic for a research paper, um, a lot of times with high school teachers, as I was one, we kind of have y'all write about generic things like cell phone usage in school or um, dress code. So things like that, you'll more than likely find articles about that here. Um, this one is again just engaging student experience merges magazines, news, multimedia, more focused on high school, and then this one's more focused on middle school. Um, and that's the database. So actually, what I'm going to do instead of doing this one up here, these two down here are very specific for middle school, junior high, and the high school experience. So I'm going to click on high school and show you kind of how to search for certain things. Because if you do type something in the search bar, you're going to get a lot of results. So there are ways to narrow down what it is that you're looking for. So again, it's the same as some of the other ones we've looked at. You have topics of interest in the middle, and then below you can browse the different topics uh, and all of that. So again, this is an easy way to look for articles, which actually I'll go ahead and show you. I'm an English person, so I'm gonna click on the literature one. So let's say you read Frankenstein in class. Now, again, this will just give you general information about the book, about Frankenstein. You click on read more. It gives you some more information, a summary of the book, the themes, the significance. Now, if you're looking into specific articles about Frankenstein and like the themes and or like an article over somebody having written about, oh, this is what the theme of Frankenstein is, and this is how the book has impacted people today. You can look over here in the explore area, view all related articles, or again, you can use the search bar. Now, I'm going to click, well, hold on. Let me look over I'm going to show you some other useful things on here. So over here, reading levels, if you need some articles will have this. So this is a pretty high reading level. If you need it to go down a little bit, this will kind of lower the reading level a little for you. Um, Again, I kind of went over this general information, but here we have the date it was published. Some teachers will ask for you to look for articles no, older than so and so. So you'll want to make sure you have articles that are recent, more recent. Um, you have document length, kind of the content level, Lexile measure. So that would probably be a little more for teachers. Over here, again, if you can translate, so if you want to translate the article into, let's say, Spanish, now it's in Spanish and you can read it all in Spanish. So, okay, and then it says this is a preview. You can complete it, so complete. I don't need it anymore. I'm back. You want to increase the font size. You can't really see well. All right, let's increase it, decrease it. That's a little too small for me. Oops, still in. There we go. Um, Display options, you can kind of, if you prefer to view it with, colors or change the font if this font isn't working for you, or you need to space out some of the lines a little bit, you can do this however you read best. And then you also have a way to listen to it. So it's not going to play right now because obviously oh, there it goes. So if you would like somebody to read it to you, you can do that as well. Now, if you need to hold on to this article, it's again, if you're writing um, a research paper and you need to keep track of the article because you're going to need it, multiple times to write your paper, you can save it to your Google Drive, your Microsoft OneDrive, email it to yourself, download it, or if you're old-fashioned, you can print it and have a paper copy of it. Um, Over on the right, you have again more articles focused on Frankenstein. You can see the dates, who it was written by. This is just the article contents, so if you want to skip to a section, you can do that. You have related subjects here on this side. And as you go down, you will see, so earlier, or actually later, I do talk about citations and how to properly cite your sources, some online websites that will help you to cite things. The thing with Gale is that it will cite for you however you need to cite it. So if you needed it MLA, APA, Chicago, Harvard, more than likely, for English at least, you will need MLA. So you have it right here and you can copy and paste it however you need to do it. And then again, this is just the related articles, same as it was up here. So this is kind of what you can find on the page. And then at the top, you can get a link to the article if you need it, download the article, send it to somebody if you need. Again, there's a citation. And then if you want to take, let me see. Yeah, so if you need to take notes, if you're reading it, you're like, wow, I really need this information for my paper. You can highlight it, save it, and then later on at the top, instead of going back through and finding everything that you highlighted, you can click here. And there you are. So lots of useful tools for reading through these articles. Now, again, if you are finding something very, very specific, the search bar is going to be your friend. Now, again, let's say I'm doing Frankenstein, but I'm wanting to look at um, maybe the themes of Frankenstein. So there's not a lot. Okay, now you'll see at the top, I'm just going to kind of show you what I have. So all content types, you'll see everything uh that's offered Frankenstein and the themes. Now, if you're needing something very specific, you have a reference material, an essay, magazines, news, academic journals. And remember, these specific things are going to be cited differently. So make sure if I press on news and I do this, for example, go to the bottom. Yeah, make sure it is cited properly. Now, I come back a little bit. Something else that is very useful, which let me see if I can find what it was. It might not be on here. I did. Sorry, there was a very useful thing that you could do. Advanced search, you can use this if you're wanting to search for very, very specific things. So, um, again, you can type in, I'm gonna do something different. Edgar Allan Poe, and I want to look up not just any Edgar Allan Poe, I want to specifically look up one of his poems, um, The Raven. So now I have it. I say Edgar Allan Poe and The Raven. I want to find that specific thing. You can press all these buttons too. Search limiters. I only want to find peer-reviewed journals. I only want to find documents. I just want everything. Um, Again, if you're needing specific publication dates, you can put that in. So I want everything after the year 2015. And then here's content types. You don't have to put in this information unless you really want to, but once I search, there I am. Oh, look, I found The Raven and what it's about Edgar Allan Poe, summary of the poem, and all that. So, very, very useful. And it would be the same exact thing. Oh, there it is, Topic Finder. So, somebody told me about this. It's really cool. I want to show it off. So, Topic Finder, um, as it says, find new topics or keywords and discover new connections. So again, let's type in Edgar Allan Poe. It's going to take a bit. So it kind of breaks down different subjects. So as it says, words and subjects are found most often in the text of your search results. So Edgar Allan, um, and all of these connected things. So I just want Edgar Allan. So if I type in here, then I get even more specific. He writes a lot about death. Maybe I'm wanting to write about his connection to death. I click on that, and then I can find articles that are focused on either, as it says, maybe the death of Allan Poe or his writings that are focused on death. So this is also a very useful tool. You can see it like as tiles, you can do it as a wheel. It is very interesting. So that's what I was trying to find. Now, oh, I might have to go back a while. But the middle school one or the junior high one, I'm sorry, is practically the same. Um, oh, here it is. That's where I want to go. That is not where I want to go. Let's come back here. I'm opening all these things. First, my little head's in the way. Okay, there we go. Middle school one should be the same. Looks a little different, but it's all, you use it the same exact way. Topic finder. I click on this. Germany. Same exact thing. Read more, all the same bells and whistles. So, reading levels. So, that is kind of a summary of Gale, what there is to offer, and how to use it. This is a very good database. for research in any, again, there's a lot of stuff. So in any classes, doesn't have to just be English. It can be history, it can be science, it can be math, it can be any of the um, elective courses that you're taking. If you're having to write a paper, Gale is a great place to find those sources, and they're academic sources. Google, I've talked about this before. Google is great. You can find a lot of information there. But those articles, a lot of times, you kind of have to use your best judgment on, is this accurate information, relevant information? Who's the author? When was this written? This here will tell you exactly what you need to know. All these articles are written by um, people that are well versed in those specific subject areas. So this would be a great place to find the information, the correct best information that you need. So this is Gale. Now, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns about accessing Gale, using it, you just need a little extra help, come find me in the library. Email me. I am more than happy to help you walk through this. Teachers as well, if you would like some more information on Gale and how to use it for your classes, let me know and I can get with you. And we can get students using this database that's that the library has to offer. So thank you for watching. Again, keep looking on this website. There's a lot of great information here to help you with your researching. And again, if you have any questions, just let me know.